What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a jam-packed episode of Monday Night Raw. What did you think of the show, Matthew?
Let me just ask you, why are they still showing Christy Knows Best after Raw? Like, why are they still
Oh
airing that
boy.
crap? I,
You
I thought I
know,
thought he was thrown away in jail, but let's
yeah.
start the show, right? So the road to WrestleMania certainly kicks in. These storylines, man, they're making sense and they're going to be pumped up for WrestleMania. Every segment was basically WrestleMania
Themed,
worthy. It
yeah.
had something with what's going on at WrestleMania this year, basically all the competitors, and that's what it's about, right? That's what all it's all about, hyping us up and getting us ready for Mania. It's all about these storylines. So the way they open up Raw, very interesting. Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa basically saying they're still the ones. There may be a few cracks here and there, but we're the tag team champs and we control Raw. We did actually have a scheduled matchup as the Street Profits come out and interrupt, just trash talking them like always. They're just so good at it on the mic. Montez is so good, so good on the mic. But we get to this match and we actually had a really good match with all these four men. Dawkins, I think the way Dawkins has turned his not just career around, but his arsenal. I think from NXT till to now, especially getting in better shape, he is just such an uprising star.
It's a night and day difference. It really is, man. The Street Profits are just such a good unit, man. Poking fun at Jimmy and Solo before the match, asking where Jay was. It was just absolutely great, and it followed into an excellent match.
Absolutely. Sokoa scored the win, right call with the Samoan spike to Angelo Dawkins. Another right call for Dawkins to take the pinfall. So Bloodline, looks strong here. No cracks tonight, but we'll definitely see come Friday night. Now, what we have next, the ring was decked out with furniture for the VIP lounge with MVP. But Brock Lesnar actually makes his way down first, headed to the ring before MVP had a chance to come out. MVP finally comes out, trading some words. Brock Lesnar tells MVP to come up to the ring to talk it out, sell me the match. And MVP, you know what? I think he sold Brock Lesnar the match. He may not have sold the WWE Universe match. There are so many people on Twitter that are going, I don't want this match. It's stupid. Or you know what? I may be the 1% that actually wants to see this match. And I hate to say it, but I kind of am too. I do kind of want to see these two men go at it, but just maybe not at WrestleMania. But you know what? It is what it is. If this it's what they got for Omos, it is what it is. But what actually happened is they went to go take a toast and shake hands. Lesnar gave MVP some of his own personal alcohol. MVP ended up spitting it in his face because it ended up tasting terrible. Then trying to apologize and help him kind of clean up his collar a little bit. Brock Lesnar scooped him up for an F5 to end this segment. Phenomenal segment. And what actually happened here, MVP was scared to go into the ring. First off, he said, no suplexes, right? And Brock Lesnar said, no suplexes tonight, but he never said no F5s. And that was the perfect way to end that segment.
Yeah, for sure, man. I know a lot of people aren't hyped up about this WrestleMania match between Brock Lesnar and Omos, but the segment actually kind of sold me on the match a little bit. MVP is just excellent on the microphone, and this new Brock Lesnar character, man, I love it so much. I wish we got this years ago.
Excellent, excellent. I think Brock Lesnar sells it really well. High fiving the fans, man. He's feeling it, and you could tell he's not less cringe in the ring. He's a lot more comfortable in the ring,
He's
especially with Paul
having
Heyman
fun.
not on his side. He has grown as not just a competitor, but as a promo cutter, I guess you could say, too, talking on the mic. Let's talk about what was excellent next. This crowd was certainly into it. Maybe not a few other things throughout the night, but definitely this match, and it made sense. Cody Rhodes out, taking on Chad Gable. Just a few hours before Raw went live, we were warned about Chad Gable taking on Cody Rhodes, and everybody was stoked about it. We knew we were going to see something. Chad Gable ended up, I think it looked like giving Cody Rhodes a knee injury. Cody sold it pretty well. With Otis ringside, actually, he looked out into the crowd. I think it was Maxine Dupree from Maximum Male Models. We actually didn't get a glance at her, though. I don't know, but I know she was definitely out there for the crowd to see. Cody Rhodes ended up going to him and saying, oh, is that her? Go get her. Go get her. We see what you're trying to do, blah, blah, blah. But we'll get to that later on in the night. Rhodes actually picked up the win with a beautiful Cody cutter off the top rope. Gable sold it so well, but these two had a phenomenal face-to-face match and confrontation. I think this is hopefully not the last time we'll see these two in the ring together, but I just want to say, I even tweeted this out. If Chad Gable doesn't win the WWE World title, he's going to either win the United States Championship or Intercontinental Championship in the near future.
Oh, for sure. Triple H sees some big things coming up for him, and he certainly deserved it, man. whoever he goes in the ring with, just he absolutely performs and outperforms our expectations. I knew this match was going to be absolutely phenomenal tonight, and that's exactly what it was. And I think the right man definitely picked up the win, but also planted some seeds of dissension between the Alpha Academy. So you love to see it.
I think so too. Hopefully a singles run for Gable as well. But Cody Rhodes picked up the mic after saying he's going to be there on SmackDown because he's done on the waiting games. He's ready to face Roman Reigns. We're 33 days away. Let's make it happen. Happy about that. Crowd was into it. We see Asuka versus Carmella next. Carmella, the past few weeks, she has been showing her worth compared to when she won Money in the Bank. She was looking strong, won the Women's Championship, blah, blah, blah. She's looking strong again. And the way she's being booked, I think it's better. Could be a little bit better of booking wise, but she's been in that I don't want to say world title scene, but she's been in that scene where she can actually take on longer matches and they're actually putting her over at some nights. But Asuka scored the win and called out Bianca Belair. Right call for Asuka to score the win. As she did call out her WrestleMania opponent, Bianca actually shows up. Nobody really expected this, but Carmella actually ended up shoving Asuka into Bianca to end the segment. So it didn't really go anywhere, but I see what they were trying to do there.
Yeah, for sure, man. Carmella's really shown that she can hang with the top women on the Raw division, and props to her for coming back with the Fury, really showing that she could be at the top of the card.
I think so too. Absolutely. You know who I'm hoping to see at the top of the card sooner than later is Piper Niven, as she actually takes on Candice LeRae. Nikki Cross accompanied Candice LeRae to the ring for this matchup. Okay. Piper Niven grabbed Cross and threw over the barricade at one point, made it actually pretty entertaining. Candice LeRae then rolled her up for a really surprise roll-up win. Instead of seeing if Cross was all right from this, LeRae kind of just went straight to the back. It was kind of funny. Made her stand out, like she doesn't really care about Nikki Cross. Like what is Nikki doing? But hopefully that this goes somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? We really need like that big powerhouse woman on Monday Night Raw. I think Piper Niven could be exactly that. Take on the likes of Bianca Belair. Start that slow build, and I think this was a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think so too. Speaking of a step in the right direction, gave us a little more info on what happened last week with the Miz and the card that his wife gave him for their anniversary. Miz TV's next, another episode in the books. It always ends phenomenally. It always ends phenomenally. After he ran down the WrestleMania card that has been set up thus far, just given a few matches, he tells everybody that he is the host of WrestleMania. Drum roll, please. And what do you know? It's a face of the Miz on the Titantron. Perfect executed the way he's been doing it for years with certain things like this. I loved it. Seth Rollins then joins him into the ring, stealing his phone so he could actually call Logan Paul. That's why he came down to Miz TV. He wanted to call Logan Paul, and the Miz was the closest way to do it. He actually then mocked Jake Paul for losing his boxing match on Sunday. Then issuing a challenge for Paul to show up on Raw next week and face him man-to-man. And then Rollins was just having a ball, just kicked the Miz in the face, stomped him afterwards, hung up on Logan Paul after actually connecting with him via FaceTime through Miz's phone, used Miz as he was down out for the count for his Face ID to work. It was so awesome. If they have a video replay on this on YouTube, it's certainly worth the watch to watch Miz TV because it just was so funny. And then the way Seth Rollins just left the ring, the way he was dressed up too, I could go on and on and on.
Oh, dude, this was absolutely hilarious. You know what? If Logan Paul and Seth Rollins have a match at WrestleMania, I say make it a special guest referee match with the Miz as special guest referee. I think that would be absolutely great.
That would be a shit show. You know what that would be.
Oh,
Speaking
boy.
of shit show, let's talk about our next matchup. Otis actually went for Adam Pearce, I think it was. It wasn't really shown, but he went looking for a match after a conversation with Maxine Dupree backstage and the Maximum Male Models. Johnny Gargano was the man to answer that call. Dupree and the Maximum Male Models, they actually took Otis under their wing a little bit. They were in his corner for quite some time throughout this match. Massey, and however you say it, Mansois tried to interfere. Dexter Lumis appears from the crowd and grabbed Mace in a chokehold. Gargano recovered and hit a DDT on the apron. Gargano took the W over Otis, but hopefully this is just the beginning of Otis and the Maximum Male Models.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Oh, boy, is right, dude. I don't know what to think about it, to be honest with you. It's going to be scary to see the way they'll dress him up.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
that's a lot of man right there.
Yeah, it's a little too much. But speaking of much, main event time already.
Here we go.
Dakota Kai and Io Sky of Damage Control taking on Lita and Becky Lynch. Bailey, of course, in their corner. Women's titles on the line. I am pumped up. The crowd is pretty pumped up. Kevin Patrick, he was pumped up, man. It's main event time. The way he screamed on television. Oh, just oh man, people have their wits about Kevin Patrick, but I enjoy it. Good match. I wasn't really paying attention to most of this match because all I cared about was the outcome. That's really all I cared about. We actually see not just the one and only Lita who has returned, but we actually see Trish Stratus, who comes out and actually beats up Bailey, part of Damage Control, ended up actually helping evening the odds. Lita ended up hitting Sky with a moonsault to get the pin, and your new women's tag team championship, your new women's tag team champions, Becky Lynch and Lita. Interesting.
I was so happy about
Wow.
this. It really was.
I was too. I was ecstatic.
You know what? I think this is setting up for a women's 6-way match at WrestleMania, 3 versus 3, and I cannot wait for this. Hopefully this brings some juice to the women's tag team division. I think it will, but certainly an awesome way to end the show.
Let me just ask you one thing, though. It was a good way to end Raw, but if they do a 6-woman tag team match, would it make sense to have Lita and Trish Stratus keep the titles, or how? I don't know. Would it be a tag team title match, or just would it be a 6-woman tag team match? I mean, I'm all for it if it's a 6-woman tag team match, but you got to put the titles on the line. It's at WrestleMania, but then again, you have 2 Hall of Famers who won't stay in the company for a while as fighting champions with Becky Lynch. I don't know how that would work, but I say throw it all on the line, man.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. One thing is for sure, it was a hell of a way to end the show. Let us know what you guys think about the new champions, and let us know what you guys thought about tonight's show. Always like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you Saturday with a SmackDown recap. Until then, peace out.
Peace.
This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.